Speaking of FOMO, I fear we're missing out on some of the other topics if we focus on this one too long, because, you know, we love talking about this stuff, but we've got a bit more to talk about. I'm actually going to move us into, oh, that was not the link. I want to move us into multiverses, actually. So let's bring us up the browser and get this going here. Multiverses is going to be the new fighting game clone. I do have to do some updates here. Let's Nick, I'm gonna play this video really quick and give me your thoughts. Right? Have you seen the game already? Have you
Nope.
Have you heard anything new?
At it.
Okay, so let's roll this clip, and I want to hear your thoughts.
Even have anything in them?
Certainly, this one's about to have your face in it.
Your big good barrage is over, Rabbit.
Velma, look out! It's...
Wanna see a magic trick?
This was the big announcement this week. They announced that Joker is going to be a playable character.
Never seen one of those before.
We didn't see that coming. Look, you're a Batman in the game, and it's like there's no Joker and no Superman. That would be crazy.
How's that for a finisher?
I don't think we've seen the Animaniacs announced or launched yet, but here's the Iron Giant. This is somebody who's been in the game. Apparently Bugs was like super broken, Bugs Bunny.
Oh, that's a cute little toy you got there.
This is no toy, Earthling. It is an Acme Bubble Blaster. Isn't it, love?
Hey now! It ain't polite to point weapons at a lady.
You have made me very angry.
Think I know someone else that's angry too.
The vibe I'm getting here is if Space Jam was a video game. Space Jam 2 was a video game.
Sword, check. Shield, check. Thirst for battle? Always check. The only version of me I trust is
so far it's just all animated trailer stuff.
Oh, wait. No, not this one. Let's try... Sorry, Bruce. I'm not here.
Not to bring
too cheery.
every single conversation, but did you play the DC version of League of Legends back in the day? Did you know this existed?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Did you play the WV version of League of Legends, basically? The multiverses League of Legends that happened, right? I can't remember what the hell it was called, but I played it.
Wild Rift or Rift?
No. This is like with the Joker. This is like DC League of Legends.
They had like a crossover thing.
With not in League. I'm calling it League of Legends because
it was a
of
League
the
clone.
game style. Yeah, it was like a League clone. Infinite Crisis. Yeah, it's called Infinite Crisis. So like,
oh yeah. I remember the DC mobile.
Like
yeah,
this feels like Super Smash Brothers Infinity Crisis game, and not to be like outright like negative, but it seems like based on that Wonder Woman thing, like I had suspicions going into it that would be like my big fear. But like, did they make 4 Wonder Woman characters that play differently and put them into the game? And like they're just going to be re-releasing characters from different universes, like universes inside that universe, right? So like in the DC universe, so they're just going to be like 5 different Batman, 5 different Superman, instead of bringing in like Robin, Batgirl, Chinese Batman. I can't remember his name. Like he's a part of the Bat family. I can't remember what his name is.
Red Hood and Nightwing and stuff, and like
yeah, exactly.
So like it seems I think the Shadow one it would technically be a different person in the comics, not like multiverse version of it, but I think the others are just maybe demonstrating the different costumes that you're going to be able to do and buy. Again, this feels like a full Smash clones. Generally speaking, it's gotten pretty good reviews earlier this year when it was in like a beta alpha release test sort of situation. I want to bring us into like a more of a gameplay trailer here. So I'm going to swap us back into the videos part, and this is going to be we could talk about this. Jason Voorhees, I can't talk. Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Or is that Halloween? I don't remember. But
Jason Voorhees?
Yeah.
It's Jason is, yeah. It's Jason.
It's just Jason, okay.
Friday the 13th.
Here's the gameplay trailer and generally how it works.
Is Freddy Krueger, bro.
He's journeyed to space. He's been hunting for rabbits.
We have ourselves a rabbit hater.
Brutal.
On May 28th.
Right.
No
But like,
one.
at least here's some gameplay trailer here, how it works in action. I haven't put my hands on it. I have watched a few streamers play it. I did enjoy the fluidity of it. It seems a little bit jerky at times, but they might lean into it like how Smash was developed initially. Wave dashing wasn't a thing, and then all the degenerates found all the code and all the secret tech to make it, you know, something different. And I think that's what started happening with this game.
Hey, Billy here. Wanted to take a quick minute to let you know a few different things. If you enjoyed the video so far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out and it tells the algorithm to share it with more people. You can find the Esports Meta live every week on Twitch and YouTube. It's where we film the podcast or hang out, play games, and chat. If social media is more your vibe, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or Twitter if you use Threads. Does anybody use Threads? This is a video game community that's excited to talk about esports, so jump into the conversation. Of course, you can find more videos like this here on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button right there or there. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to the show.
Back when it came out, Bugs Bunny was the degenerate tech character. So like you were able to frame cancel like a god with it. It seems like it's a fairly competitive game. It seems like it's a lot of fun, which is priority number one. But then how much farther will it go? How much of a ceiling? Is this going to be a cash grab? Is it going to be a $500 faker package kind of play here off the bat? What are your thoughts looking at this so far, Nick? And is there something else you'd want to take a look at in more spotlight way?
This looks like Grandpa Smash. Like, if I'm honest, like as like an older dude, like this feels like Grandpa Smash. Like it's kind of like a nostalgia bomb for like a lot of people, like us included, right? Like people in their 30s literally grew up with these cartoons, right? Like Adventure Time isn't as big as it used to be, just in general, right? So like what new people are you pulling in, right? And the only thing that might fix what the Smash community deals with is like how much control DC or Warner Brothers has over the event in general. Another question would be, is Matthew Lillard the voice of Shaggy? Like that's
is Mark Hamill the voice of Joker?
Probably. Like probably. Let's see. Multiverses. Mark Hamill multiverses.
Well, here's
Mark
the video.
Hamill is back as the Joker. Yeah, that's him. It's either him or Troy Baker, but it's definitely Mark Hamill.
Oh no, it's definitely Mark Hamill. So
Yeah.
why is that important? The original voice actors or the iconic voice actors?
Because this game's for old people who want to play Smash, and they want to sell this game. Like this game is for old people. It's not for kids. Like I hope kids get into it, but like, what's the pull? What's the pull?
Well,
like Mortal Kombat has more pull than this for like the younger audience.
But Mortal Kombat is going to be seen as like a bloodier, sort of more violent sort of game that might not have the entry. Also, like you also have the degenerate fighting people. They're going to bounce from one fighting game to the other. Maybe this is an alternative from Smash where they can play and make some money because Warner Brother treats it better in a competitive marketing scene where it's like they have an esport. You don't need to esportify everything, but that's a demographic that could touch on this. Like you're saying, the old nostalgic sort of sense of it. Let's check out the roster.
This is like the new players. right? The new players, like maybe like Rick and Morty, might be like a poll, but like Shaggy might be a poll, but like that's literally for people who are talking about like God Shaggy from like 8 years ago with the meme and everything like that when they wanted to put him in fighting games.
Yeah, man. But I think I got the answer for you on that. Let me swap up so it's a little bit easier to see. It's going to be free to play. They're going to have like probably buying to the characters and costume sales and stuff, but like that's going to pull in, besides the color scheme, that's going to pull a younger demographic in, like Fortnite. They're, it's not exactly the most riveting gameplay overall. Sometimes you're mostly doing fort building than shooting, but that's a gameplay style that people like, and like it being free to play is that part that's going to attract them. Here we have a lot of iconic characters. Iron Giant's a movie from when we were nearly kids. Like, so like you've got
like Ready
so
Player
you got
One,
the mix. You've got the mix of all these, and then I think this antlered dog bear thing is like an original character on it, but
antlered dog bear thing.
I didn't say. Yeah, antlered dog bear thing, and like you've got Adventure Time. You've got some what is Steven Universe here, Rick and Morty, Gremlins. I don't think anybody from any Zoomer, any like Gen Z knows what a gremlin is up here over Rick and Morty. Let alone, but
that's what I'm saying. Like these characters are pretty like when was the last time a kid gave a crap about Bugs Bunny? Like this is the difference between this and Smash would be like people are still like Mario games are still marketed to kids. Sonic games are still marketed to kids. Those are two characters. Fire Emblem is marketed to teenagers. Like, are people going to play because LeBron's there?
Yeah. That's why they put LeBron. That's why they licensed him. And like he's not going to be like the big pull on this, but he's part of this Warner Brother universe. They're going to put him on there. With that, and that is a big conversation about like relevancy, right? Game of Thrones has been out of the spotlight, out of the scene. I know they've got House of Dragons out now, but like that's definitely not the smash hit that was. But you've got Arya Stark here. You've got Arya Stark here. They're just throwing IP in for the sake of IP. And like, I'm not sure if you know this, but they tried to make 4 or 5 other Space Jam movies before they made Space Jam 2. There was a karate one with Jackie Chan. He was signed and booked for it. There was a skateboarding one with Tony Hawk. It was called like Space Skate or Skate Jam. Like Warner Brothers has a history of just like throwing shit at the wall and basically nothing sticking, and this could be completely that. But in that first playthrough, at least when they were testing code and like getting a feel for the fighting game, it had some pretty good sensibilities around it. So like it'll be interesting to see here how much of a competitive game we're going to be getting here that's not going to get overly monetized.
Missed opportunities, man. I don't see
What's
like, and this is like kind of not a joke, is like there's not enough diversity on here. Like get rid of Arya Stark and put in Hodor, okay? And what's his face? Oh my God, what was the kid in the wheelchair? Yeah, Bran.
Yeah,
put Bran and Hodor in as one singular character, like Ice Climbers. Get out of my face. That would be a cool pull. But like Arya, that's pretty boring. She sucked in the show. She was cool in the books.
But like, okay, general. There's going to be somebody who likes them, but regardless of all that, like they're going to add more characters. They're probably going to mainly make money through costumes and new characters, depending on what their model is. But generally these battle pass free to play games do that. So like I think that would be a really interesting idea. It'd be a really cool pull, and like definitely bring people who are interested in the fighting game history of like multi-character characters to this. I think Tom and Jerry is also like an ice climber type thing. Let me switch us back and take a look here. Let's see what Mr. Tom and Jerry do. But like my point with Tom and Jerry, like we're saying before, it's like you got to like reintroduce them to be relevant. Yeah, we got some. We've got some ice climber tactics here. Pause that one. Let's see what Rocket Mouse does. But yeah. And then they're spotlighting, look how big the moveset is versus how big the costumes are. We already can tell what their plan is. it's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be that.
It's cool, like, but like I don't know why there's like it's like did we as like a person who's played video games as long as we have, like I feel like I already got Tom and Jerry into a fighting game once before. I don't even know if that's true, but I feel like I already had that and Bugs Bunny in a fighting game already. Not like Smash, like it was probably more of like a 2D fighter or something like that,
Right.
or like a top-down like Power Stone.
Yeah. How many games? I think there was one for the PlayStation 2 where there was like a side-scrolling Street Fighter-esque fighter game, but you know,
so old.
Those fall to the wayside. It kind of. They fold, they do well, they're beloved in like cult sort of like followings, but I'm excited for this. This game came out today. I want to see what happens in the scene, who gravitates to it. It had a lot of buzz earlier this year. It'll be interesting to see how much buzz it gets again. If Bugs Bunny is still the most broken character in the game, if LeBron gets broken again, because I think at one point they were, but like, you know, or if they add a Hodier and Braun Stark kind of character, dual character, it'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What would you like to see for this game to succeed, Nick?
I like you need to pull in something like just like newer, like a newer IP. It can't be like these older IPs. Like I get like we want to have like the older fighting crowd and stuff to like stabilize the try to stabilize the community, but I don't know, like all these characters, like when was the last time Steven in the Universe like did anything? Like I understand Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, LeBron, I guess. What is Tasmanian Devil doing there? Like in general, right?
He's iconic.
Like they should have put in the grandma for like for what is it, like Baby Tunes or whatever the hell it was called? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Baby Looney Tunes, was that it? Where it was like the old woman with the bird. But like Gizmo's cool, right? Gizmo's cool, but like, isn't it like too late for us like to really care about this? Like as like grown men with kids. Like I'm not saying like just like us, but like a lot of the community has got like.
Well, I don't think you
really gonna go crazy?
Think you need to like you don't need to like the entire cast. Like any fighting game, you just need one to pull you in. How many people are going to go play Marvel Rivals because they got to be Spider-Man, right? How many people are going to come?
Only character? Go ahead.
How many people are going to come into this just because they want to play in a fighting game as Batman, right? And then once you're invested in it, that's when you'll start like spreading out, and then you'll be Morty, then you'll be, you know, Superman, Steven Universe. So like, I hear your point to the extent, what's the draw on this? But like, I think the people that would be buying video games, the 15, the 16 to 24-year-olds, know Steven Universe in a somewhat nostalgic way. Like it's kind of from their childhood.
I mean, I think the most appealing person to anybody who plays a fighting game in this actual game is the Banana Guard. The Banana Guard might be the biggest pull in this game. Like, hands down, look at him. Like, he's a troll. He's an absolute troll. Like, if you won as a Banana Guard, I don't even know what this guy does, but look how goofy he looks. I'd be pissed if that guy beat me. Like, he's just like, all right. And he's just smiling the whole time. I think this
Special
guy, like,
move. Special move, banana split.
And also, like, it's a real shame that we can't get like the actual coolest character in Adventure Time because, you know, some voice actor is a piece of shit. Lemon Grab is the best character in Adventure Time, except he's voiced by Justin Roiland, who isn't the voice of Rick or Morty in this game, guaranteed. And they decided to not put in another one of his characters. Like,
who knows if they're going to put it in later, because again, this is all probably about the costumes and the character sales. But I do know for a fact that part of the delay on this was they had to revoice all the Rick and Morty with the new voice actor. So they took his voice out, they put the new voice actor in. Who's to say they wouldn't do that with Lemongrass, right?
I guess.
I want to see this. I want to see
And his
quickly
name is
before we
Lemon
move
Grab,
on.
not Lemon Grabs.
Lemon Grab. Okay, my bad. I do want to see this this character video real quick. If we Banana Guard gameplay.
Make no mistake, justice doesn't sleep.
Kevin Conroy doing the voice too.
And maybe before he died.
I am feeling so pumped up right now. Banana guards, assemble!
Yeah, that's Kevin Conroy's voice.
Time for raw potassium lace fury!
The raw. See, he's a troll. That's a troll character. Raw potassium. Like that's hilarious, bro. He probably has a quote like, 100% fruit, not from concentrate. Like something stupid like that.
You got to be one of those writers for this for sure. But yeah, man, like I think that's the draw for this game. The fun ridiculousness, being free to play, and then having that low floor that's of fun, and then having that high ceiling of skill for competitiveness. And like I hope it has that high skill ceiling, but that's a TBD thing, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit harder with these games that release like secondary after all these like hits, because they actively try to put things in that tend to not be so competitive or a little bit too powerful in the competitive aspect. Like if we were to put wave dashing in now and not as like try to actively put it into the game versus something else, There
are a few Smash clones. It's slipping the tip of my tongue right now, but I know there's a couple that were independently developed with wave dashing as the priority. I bought it on my Switch. I only get to play it when I have friends over, and I don't have friends. Joking. But it's very few and far between where I get to play those games. And it's a fantastic game, very well done, and that's a game that was developed independently, but also with wave dashing as the primary. Being able to do those pivot techs, those small little nuance stuff, it was super important to the developer, and I remember talking about it. I gotta double check what the name of the game is, but like that is one to just sort of counterpoint on you. Most of these Warner Brother games will not do that for sure. They will absolutely just think about it on the aftermath. But those independent games, those independent fighting games are where it's at. And that's where they're going to, really be showing their stuff on that code. And if you're all ready, to get into a little bit more of a combat mode, we got